Hi, this is Deb from Deb's Days. Today we're talking about how to get from Anchorage, Alaska to the Whittier, Alaska cruise port. Before I get started, I publish new content frequently, so be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And check out the blog at debsdays.com. I have a cruising resources section full of cruise tips, trip reports, ship and port-specific information, and plenty of photos. If you're traveling on Princess Cruises on a northbound or southbound Alaskan voyage, Whittier, Alaska is going to be either your embarkation or your disembarkation port. Now, your itinerary may say Anchorage, or Anchorage Whittier, or Whittier Anchorage. It can be confusing. Anchorage is the nearest airport to the Whittier cruise port. However, the two are 60 miles apart. One of the first questions I always ask someone traveling to or from Anchorage who are ready to get on a cruise is, how are you getting to the cruise port? You'd be surprised how many people really don't know the major distance involved. It's not like you can just grab a taxi and head to port. So today we're going to talk about some of the different ways to get from Anchorage to Whittier. One of the ways is using the Princess Cruises transfer. Princess has something of a staging area in downtown Anchorage held at the Egan Convention Center. The Egan Convention Center is on 5th Avenue, and it's where many people are transferring to and from the port. You'll find when you fly in or fly out of Anchorage, sometimes the flight times are a little bit, let's say, strange. Late nights, early mornings. If you're staying downtown Anchorage, the Egan Convention Center is easy to get to on 5th Avenue. They have plenty of services for cruise ship passengers. If you're taking the Princess transfer to the ship, you can check in for the transfer right there at the convention center. You can drop off your luggage with them. They'll load that into big trucks. They fill those trucks really full and really high and send those off to the cruise port ahead of you. And then you can wander town, luggage-free. They even have a separate section for carry-on check-ins, for those carry-ons you want to keep with you on the shuttle bus transfer, but don't want to take around town. Sometimes people are a little bit worried that their luggage went ahead of them, but here we go. The exact same truck is at the ship unloading our luggage. There are plenty of things to do in Anchorage. Just behind the convention center is the visitor center. There's shopping, there's restaurants. Everything is within easy walking distance. If you're not wanting to walk around town and you'd just like to wait for your shuttle time, they have a seating area as well. Do note, the earlier you arrive at the convention center, the earlier you'll get on a transfer to the ship. If you're wanting to leave for the ship by 1 o'clock, don't show up at 12:30. You won't make it on the 1 o'clock transfer. Since it's first come, first serve, the earlier you get there, the better. My advice is get there early, drop off your bags, drop off your carry-on, and go discover Anchorage. The Princess shuttles pull right up in front of the convention center. When you do climb aboard the transfer to the cruise port, here's a hint. Sit on the right side of the bus, the passenger side, as opposed to the driver's side. And here's why. The bus transfer travels along Turnagain Arm. It's a beautiful view, and at high tide, you may be lucky enough to see beluga whales out there. Those white whales in the water are not to be missed. You'll have a little bit of a drive, even though it's 60 miles. It takes a lot longer than 60 minutes to get there. But sit back, relax, enjoy the scenery. And then you're going to arrive at Whittier. Before you actually get to Whittier, you'll be going through the Anton Anderson Tunnel. What's special about that tunnel? Well, it's a one-way tunnel that shares the road with the train tracks. See that pickup heading in there? Your shuttle bus will be actually driving right over those train tracks. Whittier, Alaska is a very small town, and you won't find many services there. If you need to pick up any sodas or water or any other items before your cruise, make sure you've done that in Anchorage before you get to Whittier. Our Princess transfers pull up right in front of the terminal, so other than your carry-on, you have no luggage to take care of because the ship has already done that for you. You'll just head to check-in and your vacation will soon begin. Another popular option for getting to the ship is the train. You can book that through Princess, or you can book that through the Alaskan Railroad on your own. Either way, the tracks run right about the same way you came in on the bus along Turnagain Arm. But the railroad is even closer to the water. Another great thing about the train is it pulls up not far from the terminal. It drops you off, and you just follow a covered walkway. Head into the terminal, check in, and your vacation begins then as well. Another option to get from Anchorage to Whittier is to use one of the private transfers. You can take a shuttle, or you can take the large bus transfer. There are several private companies that run transfers between Anchorage and Whittier. And they, too, run right along the tracks and right along Turnagain Arm. If you're taking a private transfer, you'll find that they pull up right along the luggage drop-off for you. While you'll have to drop it off on your own, it again is a very short walk to the terminal. Now, what if you're going the other way? What if you need transportation from Whittier to Anchorage? All the same methods apply: private transfer, Princess transfer, train. They again can take your luggage depending on your transportation option. Princess will be the one who will be taking your luggage from the ship to the Egan Convention Center for you, and it'll be waiting for you when you arrive. Again, if you'd like to sit and wait until a transfer to the airport, you can do that. Wander town if you have time before your flight. They have an airport shuttle schedule from the convention center as well, and that's posted. You don't need to sign up for that. You just get in line before the time the bus shows up. Now, one of the other options that I haven't mentioned is rental car. There's one rental car company in Whittier, and that's Avis. Avis Car Rental is in the harbor area of Whittier. You'll find it in the convenience store / liquor store / bait shop / car rental / etc., etc., etc. Being it's the only one, it is an expensive option. However you choose to get from Anchorage to Whittier or Whittier to Anchorage, enjoy your time in Alaska. If you have any questions or any other suggestions about how to get from Whittier to Anchorage or Anchorage to Whittier, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have even more questions about cruising or cruising Alaska, use the Contact Me tab at debsdays.com.